Let's get the CEO of Kemilis Cakes ready for her big day. She's an accomplished woman who pays attention to detail, so it wasn't a surprise when she reached out requesting for an elaborate look for her event. Prior to the event, she sent over this makeup look as inspo, which is very glam, very sculpted and bold. However, on the day of the event, she wanted us to scale things down a little bit, so she requested for a no blush or little to no blush finish, less powdery finish with less sculpted finish. She just wanted to look like herself, but then we wanted to keep the glam on the eyes. So when it came to her eyes, she wanted mega lashes, glitz and glam. However, her lips should be left as it is, as in her lips are so cute. So there's not going to be an overly lined lips, just so that her makeup look will be a perfect blend of bold and minimalism. And I understood that we're going to create a bespoke look that will best suit her event, at the same time making her feel good in her own skin without looking like a completely different person. So I did that, and then when it came to her blush and then contouring too, I honored her request by not overly sculpting her face. So like you can see now, it looks as though I have not really done a lot when it came to her low light and then her highlight. It's because we're going in for a less defined finish when it came to her skin. So when it came to her contour too, it was a soft starch, very less sculpted, and then I used a powder shade that was almost close to her skin tone just to create a little bit of a low light in her cheekbone, and then I melted down her base work. So when it came to her powder, she requested for a less powdery finish. She didn't want a lot of powder. In as much as I understood that there's not going to be use of a lot of powder, I had to be very strategic because I wanted her makeup to not look greasy at the end of the day. So I had to place the powder at the places where I know for sure that she could use a little bit more powder without making it look cakey. So I selected my powders that were more of tag free, more of a soft focus powders that were not too full coverage for her face. So I did that, and then for her blush too, I went in with very soft shades. There's not going to be a rosy finish when it came to her blush, and then her contour was super soft as well. So I was done with the rest of her skin work, and then it was looking so good. I was checking in and out to make sure that her skin is still looking like skin whilst keeping the powder also less. So I used a little bit of powder all over her face just to not have that powdery finish, at the same time making sure that it looks really good. So I was done with her powder at this point, and then I had to go in to melt down that powder very well. I had to use, I think, 2 setting spray just to make sure that her powder is well set. When it came to her baking, we had to talk over it a little bit, and I told her it wasn't going to be too much, that is just to catch fallout and also make sure that her under eye is smooth. I kept the powder there, and then it was time to go on to her eyes. So her eyes were going to be very glam, and then she requested for bold lashes. So I did the bold lashes, we did the glitters, we did the pigments, and it came out super beautiful. And then for her lips, we wanted to keep it cute. Her lips are so nice, and then I'm going to outline it with a brown shade that had this orange undertone with it. And then she also requested to have a very defined ombre center so that the center part would be bright. I blended the brown, then I went in with a porcelain shade at the center part. It created a little bit of contrast. However, I went in to blend that brown into the porcelain shade, and then it turned out beautiful. She was still telling me that she wanted the center part to really pop, so I went back in to add a little bit of the porcelain shade only at the center, blended it, and then the matte shade came out beautiful. I went back to dust off the powder from her face, went in about 2 to 3 times of setting spray to make sure that her skin was really giving skin. And then I used a beauty puff to press down that, and then onto the lips with a little bit of gloss. I used this MAC lip gloss to just gloss her skin, and I lowered the light. It looked absolutely beautiful. There was drama on the eyes, the lips were cute, and then the skin was giving skin and glow with no excessive powder finish. Her hairstylist came in to touch on her hair and style it a little bit more. I did some finishing touches onto her face. So you can see her skin is looking very nice. It was not highly sculpted, and the blush is not looking pink or rosy, just like she requested it. So she changed into her first outfit. We did her earring selection. I did some touches onto her skin for potentials, and I glowed up her body to match up her face. And that was it. So this was Tiffany before I did her makeup. She's so beautiful with a very clear skin And then this was her after. She looked absolutely radiant and elegant. Her makeup look is a perfect blend of minimalism and glam. She's looking like herself, and then there's a little bit of glam on the eyes, but then her skin is not overly powdered, it's not overly blushed, and then the sculpt is very gentle. Her face and then her contour is not overly defined and contoured, if you get what I mean. And that was the look we were going for. The look for Tiffany was bespoke. It was done and tailored to what she wanted, and then not a copy and paste of the inspiration that she sent from my page. So I created that look to best suit her features, and then the request she sent over to me. So the makeup look is something that's going to be photo focused, and then it will look really good in photos. I'm looking forward to seeing the photos that she took from the event. These were some of the videos I took with my iPhone, and then we took more videos in the room in her first outfit before she would step out to greet her guests, whilst she will still come back for me to do a little bit of touch up in her second outfit before I head out. So if you're a client and you have specific requirements, please reach out to me. Let's talk about the look you want to have. Trust me, I'll create the look that will best suit your event. 2025 and 2026 brides, there are dates available. So this was Tiffany's second outfit. It looks so beautiful. The makeup complemented the second outfit as well. She did about 7 outfits, but I was able to capture only 2. Thank you so much, Tiffany, for having me. I was able to capture this part of the event when she was walking in her second outfit. She looked absolutely beautiful. Guys, like, comment, share. Let me know what you love about this look, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.